Tense few question. Finally, they give us a break. They give us some easy stuff. So just factorize. So we can see that there's no a here. So I cannot take out a. I can only take out the number. So between 30 and 45, you take out 15 and that's it. Okay. After this, we are going to expand and simplify. That means just expand only, right? So in this case, for goodness sake, you are express student, please use this. A minus b bracket square. This one, special identities. Just put it in, we are done. Okay, so then this is the one of the not so quite famous one, a bit difficult. So you can see the TV screen got this ratio, laptop got this ratio, and then there's an image that fills the TV screen. That means the image is effectively the TV screen. Okay, so the image is the 4:3, and then the image can only fit the laptop height. Okay, not the width. So you can see that the image fills the whole up and down, but the left and right it cannot fill. So this is a hint that actually the ratio of the height matches. So you can see from here, I have the TV, which is as square as the image, right? So it's 4:3, and the laptop is 8:5. So actually, these two numbers are the same. So we are going to manipulate the ratio such that these two numbers become the same number. Once we achieve that, we can compare the first number directly. So I'm changing this one to 15, this one to 15, so times 3, times 5, I get this 2. So you can see that the laptop width is bigger, and then the TV is like that. Then I'm supposed to find the fraction of the laptop screen that's not covered. So basically area, right? So I'm going to take length and breadth, so-called, and this is 300. If you times this 2, it's 360. So how much is not covered? Because 300 is covered out of 360. So actually 60 between these two, right? 60 is not covered. So it's 60 over the bigger screen. And then if you simplify, this becomes 1/6. So that's the answer. Okay, the next one is some sort of speed time, right? So this is very tricky. So they say you go to work, same time, cycle, same route. And then if they travel at 18 km per hour, late 4 minutes. If you go to 24, a bit faster, he's early by 6 minutes. Okay, so the Monday time required is T. So that means T is the one that is late. Okay, then they ask you, oh, what is the time to travel or to work on Tuesday? So Tuesday he was early by 6 minutes, and then Monday he was late by 4. So actually the difference is actually 10 minutes, because if you take it in the middle, this is the just on time. He was -6, and after that he was +6. Oh, sorry, he was -6 early, then he was +4 late. So actually the distance between these two is actually 10. That's why it's actually T minus 10. That's the answer. It's a bit tricky, got to be careful. And after that, they say form an equation to find the time taken to work on Monday. So in other words, Monday, right? So actually I want to find T. I need to form an equation. So the only thing that links these two is that the distance traveled is the same, because you travel to the work, right? The distance from your house to the work cannot change, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the speed, it's per hour, right? So I'm going to divide by 60. So this is my kilometers traveled per minute. And then how many minutes did I take? I took T minutes, right? So see, I times T. I do the same for the 24. I divide by 60 to get 1 minute travel how much. And the time taken is actually this one, right? So it's like that. So when I times these two, when I do these two, they give me the distance traveled from home to work, and the other same. That's why it's equal. Once you establish that, you can cancel away the 60, and then it's like that. Multiply, shift around, you solve T equal to 40. So this is quite, I feel that this is quite difficult to do, because it's not very obvious. Okay, after this, we have, I don't know what question is this. Oh, this is inequality. So as an integer, multiply by 6. So that's why it's 6x, right? Multiply by 6 and subtract 20, so minus 20. And then he say what? The answer multiplied by 2. So the answer means the whole thing. So you need a bracket here, times 2, then subtract 30. And then this final answer is greater than 1000 here. Then you just basically just solve this. So you expand you times the 2, you shift around, you solve. Oh no, they didn't even ask you to solve, sorry. This is just writing it down only. So this is the answer. It's the part B that asks you to solve. So you expand, and then the 40 and the 30 you shift over, and then whole thing divide by 12. Okay, then at this point, this is the answer. Your answer in English, let me say in English, x must be more than 89 point something. I want the smallest possible that is more than 89 point something. By the law of common sense, the smallest integer is 90. What integer? Nah, integer right from the start. Okay, so the integer that is bigger than 89 point something is 90. Okay, so this is English. Okay, so next one, we have this diagram. They say A and B same length, so I do the little slash here, and then parallel. So parallel, I put the arrow, and then straight line. So this and this straight line. Now this is they ask you, show me that BD bisect AE. So BD is here, bisect AE. So that means these two are the same because this one cuts it into half. So this is a bit difficult because you don't know what you are supposed to do, right? It's not very obvious. So actually the trick is actually they're asking you to show that these two triangles are congruent. Yeah, a bit tricky. You can't really tell. So how it goes like that. So parallel lines, we have the Z. So these two same because alternate angle. And then we have this Z here, also parallel lines, also alternate angle. So we have two angles that are the same, and then they told us one of the side is the same, right? So with two angles and one side, you can prove that it is congruent. Okay, so that's what this working is talking about. So the alternate angle, or they did vertically. So in this case, they did these two angles the same, vertically opposite angle, but doesn't matter. So we got two angles and one side is the same. So that's why it's AAS. So with this, you show that these two triangles are congruent, and hence these two lengths are the same, which means this line actually cuts it into half. You notice that I still have to address the question. So this equal to this, and hence the BD cuts the AE into half. You still got to mention this to get the full marks. Okay, next one. So this is factorizing. This is just Sec 2 stuff, just cross method finish. Okay, don't even talk so much. You better go and learn this. Okay, so next one is this is circle properties. Do you look at this, you know it's circle property, right? It's quite obvious. So we have 3 points. So 1, 2, 3 on the circle. 35 is here. 30 is here. And then these two cross at X. So it's this and this cross at X. Okay. And I need to find OQP. So OQP. So I shade this a bit so I know that this is the angle. Okay, so what's the plan? So let me explain the English plan first. Okay, so from this, the plan is okay. So I'm looking out for properties that I can see. So I can see that from Q and R, this two goes to the center, and also from Q and R, they also go to the circumference. Right, so center, circumference. That's why these two is half of each other. So if this is 35, this is 70. So that's the first step. After you get this, with these two, you can get the 80 triangle, right? Then with the triangle, you vertically opposite, also 80. And then with these two, you can get the last one using triangle. So that's what this working is showing. This working is a bit more complicated. So I like this working better. This is actually what I just said. So from this one, you get the 70 angle at center, right? Then after that, you take the 180, you get the 80 here, and then these two equal to vertically opposite, and then from here 180, you minus the two of them, you get the 65. Okay, I feel that this method is a bit easier to understand. Okay, next one. So this is clearly matrix. Okay, this is quite obvious. You can see that I have 5, 10, 4, 1. So 5, 10, 4, 1. And then I got another 4 numbers also here. So what I do is, this is Cheng, this is Sin. So I like to write down Cheng, Sin. Now I got a lot more numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers again here. I got another 4 numbers, this is online. So it's here. So what I do is, this is the store price here. This is the online price, online. So this store, this online. So this is looking very complicated, but don't worry. They just want you to multiply. P times Q, so this times this. You write it down and you go and times. If you don't know how to times, then you're not taking your life very seriously. You need to learn how to multiply the matrix. There's no way this is not coming out. Okay, so you multiply, you get the answer, sure. Then they ask you, what does the element of the first row of T represent? So it's basically this two lah. So the question is, how do you get this number, for example? You take this times this, right? This row times this column. What is this? This is Cheng's number, right? This is Cheng's things you want to buy. This is the store price. So the things you want to buy and the price, this one. So actually this number is the price of Cheng's cost. How much you need to pay for all her things in a store. Then if you look at how you get this is actually still Cheng times the online one. So this is actually the online price. This is the store price. So that's exactly what this sentence say, right? The cost of Cheng's item, store and online respectively. So this is very pro answer, totally correct. Then they tell you online price for Sin. Remember, it's different person now, huh? So Sin's one online price is $2 more than the price in the store, meaning this one is $2 more than this. And then they ask you to find x. So to solve for anything, you need an equation, right? You know that this and this is $2 difference. How to make it equal? You compensate a 2 here lah. You can see that this come from this, the store price, I plus 2 because the store is cheaper by $2. And then equal to, once you add $2 is equal to the online price. From here you solve your Sec 1 mathematics and you get x equal 3. Okay, after that, say what orders, or this Sin order from the store or she order from the online supplier, and then ask to find the lowest price. So clearly they already told you the online price is more, so you should go for the store. Okay, so which is the store price is this one for Sin, so it's 2245x, then plus 245. That's exactly what I do. I take this one and I sub in the 3 to get the store price, because the store price is the lower one. Okay, next one. This one is simple trigo, right? So ask you to solve this. Basically, you just divide the 5 over, and then you got sine x equals something, you sine inverse. But the only important thing is they say 2 possible values, so that's actually 2 answers. So if you do your calculator thing, you get this 23.6. The other answer comes from 180 minus the 23.6. So only sine got 2 answers in terms of E-maths lah. Exactly why this is a long story. I shall not do it in this video, okay? So remember, just sine always got 2 answers. You get one from the calculator, the other one you get 180 minus that, the other answer. That's how you get 2 answers. Okay, next one. Rearrange the formula. So make C the subject, change of subject. Don't always come out confirm one. So the first rule is there should be no fraction, and then so I'm going to multiply this over, cross multiply, get here. After that, the next rule is no bracket, so I'm going to times this to get here. At this point, I'm going to group all the C to one side, all those with no C on one side. So I have a C here, I'm going to keep it here. This C, I'm going to shift it to the left, so like that. And then the 5 I'm going to keep here. This 9AB, I'm going to shift it to the right, like that. So at this point, there's a C, there's no C here. I'm going to take out the C to combine it into so-called 1. I'm factorizing C from here. And then this one, I'm just going to divide back. So that's the general step of doing all this change of subject. It's quite similar one. Okay, so this is confirm come out, you must learn. Okay, next one, this one is also very common. Write as a single fraction. So the first thing I need to check is these two denominator got link or not. Like there's no link like that. Okay, there's clearly like nothing to do with each other, although it looks similar, but there's no link at all. So basically this means that this fraction is short of 3x minus 2. This fraction is short of 2x minus 3. So effectively it looks like we are cross multiplying. Looks like, but it's not. So this one needs to times this one needs to times this one, and we are at here. And then we have the most common mistake in the world. When you simplify here, you will get the 6 wrong, because it is minus 2 times 2x, you get minus 4. It is minus 2 times minus 3, you get plus 6. Every time we have this, 25% of the cohort will get it wrong. Then you simplify, you get the answer. Okay, question 21. We are close. Stay with me, endure a bit. Okay, next one, we have some sort of trapezium. So trapezium, the first thing I do is I do the parallel. Okay, don't know whether got use, but I just put down first. And then I got the angle 90, 90, okay, 90, 90. And then 12.8, yes. 10.3, yes. 38, yes. So everything is inside. So I want to calculate this CBD. So CBD, so here I shade the angle, so this is the one I want. So I cannot get it from this angle, this triangle, because if you go and Tuakaso or trigo ratio this, you are short of one number. You need this, you have this, you either need one more number. So clearly this is the one that's possible, because from this triangle, I can Tuakaso out this one. So from this angle, these two opposite hypo, I get sine. So sine 38 equal to this over this here. You shift the 12 something over, you get this. So in this working, I never times it out. I just leave it there first. Okay, and then after that, I got this question mark is equal to this one, right? So I'm looking at this triangle. I'm doing Tuakaso again. So this is the angle, adjacent, hypotenuse, so it's cosine. So that's why you see it's cosine this over the 10.3. And then from here, I just press calculator straight away, and then I get the answer. Okay, next one, this is indices. So the trick about solving indices equation is that the base must be the same. So but just by looking at 25 and 125, it's very obvious this is base 5. So 25 is 5 square. You can see that I'm doing nothing. I'm just changing 25 to 5 square. I'm changing 125 to 5 cube. And then I'm going to remove the bracket by using the law of indices, where these two must times. That's why 3 times 7, 21. 2 times 2x, 4x. At this moment, I have 5 to the power something equal 5 to the power something. For these two to be the same, the number in the power must be the same. That's why 4x and 21 must be equal. And you solve, finish. Okay, I think this is the last one, or this is the second last one. Do until the camera also cannot focus. Okay, so this is looks like it's going to be our mean and SD, right? So you give this sort of figure, ask you to find the mean and the standard deviation. So we can't. This is the working you see is from the formula, but I generally don't think we need to use formula because it's 1 mark only, right? They never say how to do, right? So we use calculator. So I'm just going to demonstrate. So to do this, you don't know what number to use, right? You've got to find the meter value. So the average of these two is 2450. I do the same. So these are what I call the mid value. So I'm going to key in. I'm using the sharp one, so we've got to make do. So I'm pressing mode. I'm pressing number 1 stats, and I'm pressing the SD one. So it's 0. So I'm going to key in the numbers. You can see that I've already keyed in already. Okay, so I'm keying in 2450, 3, 2550, 5, and so on. Okay, so at this point I'm done. So what I do is I press the green color stats. I choose the first one, 0, right? So 0, and then I get everything. So the X bar over here, the 2640 is the mean, and the standard deviation is this one with this symbol here. So it's 90.7. Okay, in this case, because this one is money, so I give another decimal place, so 2 decimal place, that's it. So this is straight away use calculator. Okay, then after that, they say that, oh, everybody's increased salary by 60 per month. So when you increase the salary, everybody's salary increase. So that means the mean is just shifted accordingly. Okay, then that's why the mean will increase by 70. So the standard deviation is the measurement of how far everybody is from the mean. Now, if everybody from here shift to here, actually relatively they're all the same still. So actually there's no change. So the standard deviation, no change. So if you're desperate enough, you must know that the standard deviation in O-level context usually is no change one. It's a bit cheating, but in almost all answers, the SD never change, and then the mean will increase or decrease by the certain number depending on on what they say in the story. Okay, so we're at the last question of paper 1. My goodness. So this one is like an English question. I hate this question. I don't know why, but it's like English, is not maths. Okay, so number of bacteria after T hours is given by this formula. And M is the number of bacteria introduced. So that means the M is the starting number of bacteria, which we don't know yet. Okay, so after 1 hour, the number of bacteria increased to 2000. That means the bacteria number is 2000. So that's why here become 2000. See, this number become 2000. M I still don't know, but it's after 1 hour, right? So the T should be 1. So that's why it's here. See? So with this, I'm just going to solve using calculator. So it's 2000 divided by this one, 8. So it's 250. So the M is 250. So at this moment, I know that, okay, the formula is this. 250, the M I found already, and 2 to the power 3t. So that's my so-called new formula. Okay, next. So they say find in terms of K the number of bacteria when 8T equal to K. So it's very strange because like I don't know how to explain this, but I start with this. This doesn't fit into the formula because my formula is 2 to the power 3t. So what I do is I just change the 8 to 2 to the power 3. Right, 2 cubed, right? And if I simplify, I realize, hey, wait a minute, this is exactly the same thing. So actually, the whole 2 to the power 3t is just equal to k. That's why I just swap the k in. And then n will be what? N will be 250 times n, times k, sorry. So that's why that's the answer. Okay, I don't know what's the purpose of this question. It's like English like that. Okay, next. They say, find the increased number of bacteria after 2 hours. So that means t is equal to 2 as a percentage of the number of bacteria originally introduced. So that means the starting bacteria, which is 250. Okay, so I need to find when t equal to 2, how much bacteria is there. So I sub into the formula. You see, remember, this is the formula now. I sub t equal to 2 here. Okay, so it's this one. So it's 250 times 2 to the power 6. Then I press calculator, I get this. So the percentage increase is this. So after 2 hours, it's like that. The starting is only 250. That's why I say the percentage increase is the final minus the starting divided by the starting times 100%. This is primary school maths. 6300%. A lot. Okay, then after that, which diagram represent n against t? So that means it shows this graph, so to speak. So we can see that this is 2 to the power something, so it's exponential. This number is going to get bigger and bigger very fast, so it's accelerating. So this is curving down. So this 2 is definitely out because it needs to be accelerating. So I left with this 2. Okay, both of them are accelerating. The only difference is this one start with 0, this one start with a non-zero. So if you think at t equals 0, was there 0 bacteria? No, because at t equals 0, there's 250 bacteria. That's why this is the correct answer. You need to start at some number, and in this case, this is the so-called 250. When t equal to 0, the bacteria is already 250. So number 3 is the answer. So that's the whole thing. Hope this will help you when you do your revision and consolidate your learning. Thank you and bye-bye.